Hello and welcome to the MecSoft Demonstration Series, where you can see live demonstrations for real users and real-world applications. For more information about our products or to schedule your own live demonstration, just give us a call or visit us at www.mecsoft.com. In this demonstration, VisualCAM 2016 is used to perform 5-axis surface normal machining with gouge checking and tool axis tilt angle controls implemented. Without further delay, we invite you to sit back and enjoy the demonstration.
This area here,
Okay.
right in here, let's program that to do some surface normal cut.
Okay. Would you like me to do it on this part or go back to the previous part to do it?
Either way,
And we want to do this one here, right? This surface?
yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click on 5-axis, and you want to do a surface normal machining. You select that. You pick
Okay.
those surfaces. I could do these two. Are these two surfaces that you're looking for?
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. And then now we can actually, do you want the tool to be running parallel, or you want to do it like a depending on what type of cut pattern you want to do. So here we've chosen you can do like parallel to Z in the cut pattern. You can set it to parallel to Z if you'd like to, right?
That's fine. This is an area where when we were doing the demo yesterday, it generated positive A values in this area. I
Okay.
just want to make sure that we've got that problem solved, a workaround in place based on changing
The tool based on the tool, right? Now for the
Mhm.
gouge check, I could go ahead and say add surfaces, and I'm going to check for gouge against some of these side surfaces in here, right?
Okay.
And also I'm going to select the surfaces over here as well on these sides. Alright, so I got these two surfaces selected. I could probably even go and add these two here as well. Okay, now I want to make sure my surface normal orientations are correct. You can see that one of the surface normals is pointing away, so I got to flip that. And this one seems to be okay in here.
Okay,
And I got the 1/8" ball mill selected. Would that be okay?
that's fine.
Alright, and let's look at the clearance in here. We could do a cylinder for the clearance. Then let's generate it. There it is. So since I've chosen the option here to retract along the tool axis, it's just going to ride along the surface when it retracts along, as you see right there.
Okay.
So you have different options under 5-axis. Now let's go ahead and post-process this in here. And there's the posted output. This is from the same orientation we had yesterday on the part, right? And analysis to a general, and you see we're getting A minus 108, minus 93, and then the C goes from 8.4 to plus to minus 8.4.
Okay, yeah, that seems about right for surface normal angles at on those features.
Okay, so there it is.
Now, what if one of the angles of those surfaces was such that it tried to exceed my A minus 110 limit? Is there a way to override the surface normal and have it stop rotating the part at A minus 110 but still finish the cut?
Currently, when we put in rotary axis limits, it tries to identify a solution within the limits. If it can,
Okay.
then it's going to, when you post it, it says it's violating the limit. So you may have to reprogram those areas, or you may have to split the surface to, avoid those surfaces from being machined. Because in simultaneous 5-axis, you're basically, everything is driven on the surface, basically based on the surface normal. So, in a case where it's crossing the seam, we have a variable where we can set where it can basically do an unwind and then try to go back in, engage back into it, like crossing the seam, meaning going from like 359 to the next angle, or like crossing the seam at 360 degrees, or plus or minus 0, right?
So in this case, the posted code had like A minus 108 or whatever it was. And what if the posted code needed to have A minus 112, which is 2 degrees past the limits on my machine? Would we then simply change the tool angle a few degrees to get back inside the A minus 110 limit, or how would we?
Well, if it is crossing the limit and if it's still outputting the angle that is past the limit, then you would probably may have to split the surface and then program that as a separate. You can probably do it as an indexed, or you can probably limit the tool path in here by splitting the surface.
All right, let's bring back up the surface normal dialog. I want to look at something in that.
Okay.
Okay, so down there where it says tilt angle on tool axis control, is that a place where we could
it basically controls
back up the tool angle a few degrees, so that if it was trying to go a couple of degrees past the limit, could we take 5 degrees out with that tilt angle and then cause it to go 5 degrees less on the machine?
We could try that in here. So for example, the tilt angle 0 will be, the tip will remain normal to the surface as it's being machined. So for example, you can put in, if you put in a tip angle of, let's say, 5 degrees, a tilt angle, and then program it, you can see that now the tool axis orientation is changed, right?
Okay. So let's put in minus 5 degrees instead of 5 degrees.
All right, let's do minus 5.